Yeah, okay, we're live now for TRL Season 4, round number 5 in Tier 1, around Canada.
Back. Like in general. um, Tier 1, round, what's this, 5? Round 5, I think it is.
Yeah, round 5.
Round 5 for Tier 1. Canada. Yesterday in Tier 2, if you were watching that, you would notice that it's quite easy to get penalties around here. And if you don't get penalties,
Yeah,
that can
very
be
easy.
quite an advantage to have, as you can end up in some cases gaining up to 10 to 15 seconds if you don't have penalties, which obviously is something you want, especially if there's a late safety car. So
As was the case yesterday.
yeah, that got me
I
a
think it was
win.
like the
So
last lap you could get a safety car, we got one
exactly, yeah,
quite late.
yeah, but just yeah, it goes to show the margin for error is very thin in Canada. It's lined with walls that are looking to take apart your suspension. Saw Langsviber, who is near the top of the championship, binned it on the second lap. Saw Webb Chiggle, who had an impressive qualifying performance in Imola last week, also binned it with a couple laps to go, and the Wolf chat. If he crashes, it wouldn't surprise me. It would be like Monza if he crashed. That would be funny. Honestly, that was one of the funniest moments that's ever happened in league racing. Not at the time. It was a bit like, wow, what's happened to Ed? But so, here's the story. Here's what happened. So this was my second league race in TRL. This was season 1 in Italy. And I was in a party with Alfie and Ed, because we were doing Italy Tier 1. This is when Alfie was a Tier 1 driver. I don't know if you remember that. Oh my god, mate. Alfie. Yeah, those are the days. Yeah, Alfie was a Tier 1 driver. I'd only met Alfie like a week ago, because I started speaking to Alfie because he goes karting with Ed. So I started speaking with Alfie during the races, because he was just with Ed. And Ed, like, I just see the top because I got like taken out in the first lap. I was like, I hope there's a safety car. And then the safety car comes out. I'm like, yes, there's a safety car. And then Alfred's was like, yes, there's a safety car. And then Ed's just completely silent. And then I look on the map and I just see an orange dot of a McLaren on the side of the road at Ascari. And as we drive past, I just see this McLaren parked up on the side with no front right suspension. Oh my! I felt so bad for him because he literally just went off. He didn't say anything, so he just went off after that. Honestly, that was funny.
That's a story now.
That is a good story. That is a good story.
Anyway, the man himself set the fastest lap for now. First representation.
Solid 2 seconds clear. Next person. But that was on medium, which is a weird one in Q1. Yeah, Ed. Interestingly, Ed only had a faster Sector 1 overturn, even though the laps were very.
You can
even though the laps.
provide that information.
Actually, that's a good thing about me being in the race. I can get sector times. But yeah, Term was 2 tenths off of Ed in the first sector, but then gained the time back over the rest of the lap. Ed's sector 3 was quite a bit slower than Term, so I'm presuming that Ed may have gotten a bad walk champion, since that's the only real difference maker in sector 3, is the hairpin is relatively routine. Either that or maybe he got bad X out of the hairpin, we don't know. But I have to get him in.
He is going for another lap.
That's weird, I don't know why. No, maybe Ed's just getting his lap in quickly. He knows if he gets one good lap in, he's through Q1. You know what they need to add in F1 2022? need to add Canada at night. If they were like, there's little spot lamps around the track that they could use.
Yeah.
Honestly, Canada at night would be such a bad. It'd be like Monaco. Monaco at night.
Oh yeah.
I would love to do Monaco at night TRL, but I just don't think that the drivers would survive.
You know, yeah,
we did it in season 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did it in season 1. We didn't do it in season 2, and then in season 3 we were due to do it towards the end of the season, but we did Singapore at the start of season 3, and literally 2 drivers finished.
And one was a lap down.
Yeah. That was the problem, because it was a brand new game. No one really knew the handling, so it was very easy for them to crash out and all get penalties and get disqualified. Now I'm sure we could do it next season maybe, because we're going to have quite a short season. Because if I'm honest, I've kind of not done an amazing job at timing out the seasons in terms of, because I think the new game's supposed to come out early August, mid-July.
Yeah.
But if you count to the end of the season, we've only got like 10, 11 weeks to get another season in. That's before the launch, so I don't know how I'm going to time that out. So we'll have a short season next season, so we could try and get Monaco in there since people are relatively used to the handling model now.
Yeah.
But next season,
we could maybe do it like a theme season, so it's like street races or night races.
Yeah, maybe. It's going to be interesting going on to the new game in terms of how people adapt oh god, that was close. How people adapt, how they race, because we saw at the start of 2021 people struggle. If I'm honest, the start of 2021 was so bad, genuinely leagues died because of it. We were very lucky to get through that phase. I saw multiple leagues just horrible. Yeah, it was a terrible phase. No one enjoyed the game. There were so many bugs. And I think I pre-ordered the game, and I played it on launch day when I got the game. I played it occasionally, but I didn't play it for a solid 2-3 weeks because there was an audio bug. I don't know if you remember that. There was an audio bug where the game audio would cut out, and honestly, it was unplayable. It was so bad, and so many people just didn't leave it because of it. It was insane. It was like a drought.
The bugs of this game really made it probably one of the worst episodes.
Yeah, I'll be honest. This is, I would go as far to say, is one of the worst F1 games there's been. I've played, not necessarily league race, but I've never really league race, but I've played all of them since 2015. I've played a bit of 2013, but
that's more than that.
But this one, in terms of launches of the game, was one of the worst. I don't know if that's maybe because it was highlighted because I was actually doing league racing or whatever, but honestly, it was terrible. I don't know, every game has like glitches and bugs at the start, but honestly, the ones that this game had was so unplayable, and also probably the combination of the curbs being deaf. Like,
that was...
Oh yeah,
I can't believe
honestly,
that. The switch from 2020 to 21 on curves is
insane.
something.
Honestly,
So
you in 2020 you used to be able to just go all over the place and couldn't spin, except the one in Hungary. I can't remember what it was. It turned 5 death curve on the inside. But all of the other curves totally fine. But now, if you go over a curve, you get launched. Honestly, but we're used to it now. Let's hope they don't do any drastic changes like that for the next game. Just because that would be a nightmare to get used to, along with the new cars.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. I wonder how the new cars are going to feel.
I reckon they'll be good.
Yeah.
I reckon they'll be a lot more consistent. They'll be easy to follow as well. In terms of the downforce that these cars right now are very, very peaky in nature. But I feel like with the new way of generating downforce with the Venturi tunnels, the downforce, it should be a bit more consistent in terms of when you come up behind someone, you won't be as harshly affected.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll see. Depends, because at the end of the day, this is just a game.
Yeah. I mean, in real life, we hope so. all of that to work, but again,
Who knows? We
really,
could get to Bahrain and the cars that the teams have launched look completely different to what they are right now.
yeah.
We never
That's
know.
actually what a lot of the speculation is about, like Mercedes especially,
Yeah,
who
because the cars that have been
are known to
launched look
innovate.
so nice right now.
Yeah,
If they don't change, I will be thrilled. But it's a high chance it probably will.
it's very unlikely that they won't do.
I mean, Red Bull didn't even launch a car; they just launched a livery.
Yeah.
So, let's see how that goes. I'm gonna be a bit quiet. I'm just going into a lap, but this is the only issue with racing and commentating. But that's
No
fine.
problem. I'll just like give the viewers an overview of
That's
the
great.
setup there are, I
It's
guess.
just absolutely mad. We were talking about curves, man. It's been launched off of the curve into the Wall of Champions and got wind damage. It's fine. I'll nurse the tyres back in. And then I'll just go back out.
Yeah. So Ed and Term have retired from D23.
Doesn't surprise me. Yeah. I think I'm not sure. I can't really remember. I can't really remember what the pole time was. I know me and Langs were quite close yesterday. Do you remember what the pole time was in tier 2?
I think it was
Might have been
9.1. I don't think anyone broke into 8.9s. I'm not sure.
that was a full track evolution. We didn't really get an indication as to what the Q1 pace was, as it was wet in Q1 and majority of Q2. Well, it was for Q2. So let's have a talk. So pretty much F1 confirmed that the qualifying tyre rule has been removed. So now you don't have to start on the tyre you qualify into Q2. What that means, not only for actual F1, which honestly a lot of people are saying that it benefits the bigger teams, but honestly, I think it probably benefits the slower teams.
Yeah,
or more the
anything,
midfield.
it benefits
The midfield
ones who
teams
just get into
Q3, but on the softs, because now they can start on the mediums as well. It's not as beneficial to the bigger teams as people are saying by any means.
Yeah.
But let's save them.
We shall see what it does.
Yeah, we'll see what it does. Also in league racing as well, it will have a bit of an effect.
That's true.
It'll have an effect in terms of, like now, I mean, you'd have to say Ed and Term will both get through on the mediums, and Smokey. They'll all get through on the mediums, which gives them a big advantage. But next year, we'll have kind of what the situation was yesterday, with everyone being able to start on whatever tyre they wanted to, with obviously Q2 being in the wet. So it'll give it a bit more freedom into the tyre strategy, whether they decide to do the softs from the start or the mediums. So I guess we'll see how strategy's affected.
You didn't actively choose the mediums yesterday, did you? It was the game selected it for you, right? Hello. Alright.
I chose the medium yesterday. No one else really did. Kind of a bit weird.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone.
You and your teammate.
I don't think anyone had time to.
Oh, really?
I don't think anyone had time to. Because someone readied up straight away, which is always annoying.
Yeah.
But yeah, someone readied up straight away, so I don't think anyone had time to. I think Langs wanted to go onto the mediums. In the end, I was a bit worried that the mediums would cost me on the start, but I ended up actually getting a decent start, so it wasn't too bad. If you don't mind for this lap, just to ensure I do actually get out of Q1,
Yeah.
I'm going to mute the party, so I will be back in a couple of minutes.
Alrighty. So, as you can see, we've got Smokey fastest of all in Q1 for now, and then Ed and Tom in Q2 and 3 having retired, very comfortable with their laps. Smokey, I'm pretty sure the only reason he's here is to help his teammate, Death Chicken, get out of Q2. The Mercedes playing a very good team game here, get out of Q1, sorry, into Q2. And I think Lord will retire soon enough, but with 2 minutes on the clock, the bottom 4 as it is now will need to get their laps together to stay P10. Like a commentator, one of them. Let's see what he can do as he gets underway now. Crispy, returning driver from Tier 2 last season, as is Alan, who was champion of Tier 2 last season. Returning here in Tier 1, which is probably where Screwface lies after pretty much demolishing Tier 2 whenever he raced. Shared a front row with him at our next venue, France last season. Before my race came undone, which is why I still haven't got a podium and I can't be racing this race anymore. Anyway, we have airlines followed by safety. So let's see what the two Ferraris put together. One kind of on the edge of elimination, one in the drop zone right now. So airlines puts his Ferrari nowhere because he backs out of his lap. Safety only goes 17th. Well. That is not enough. I don't want to say it like that. Gist. We call him Gist. Gist is third. Goes up to third in the Haas. It's a very solid time for him. 9.1. Let's see what his teammate does. He goes P10. So that should guarantee safety for him. What about Death Chicken? Invalidated lap from him. And that is the checkered flag. So Crispy has backed out on his lap. Safety won't make the checkered flag unless there's... Yeah, he's invalidated. So... that's his quali over. We'll wait till he joins us back here.
Bad my paces. I've been knocked out in Q1.
I mean,
I didn't think
not
that
actually
was that terrible.
because you're still within a second.
Well,
that just shows how tight the tier 1 field is.
Well, no, I underestimated the kind of, I don't know what the drop-off point would be.
Yeah.
So I was being very careful because I invalidated my first lap, so I knew I needed to get a lap in. So I was being too careful. So
well.
I'm sure my lock up into the hairpin didn't help. But anyway, last first. Said that.
So that is. Oh yeah, your Ferrari teammate just scraped through in P15.
It's content.
And I think that will be it for Q1 with Crispy, Death Chicken, yourself.
Exactly, just let you know quickly.
Yeah.
This is also something I thought when I was watching the stream yesterday. And asked if you could turn your game volume down on the stream because it's
Down.
so loud.
Alright. Do you want to check it now and see if it's alright?
Yeah, I'll have a look. Oh, that's annoying.
Oh wait, is Crispy beating? Because he's still. Oh well.
No, it'll
I
end in
have no
30. It'll
idea.
end in 30 seconds. So.
Yeah, there we go. Mods qualified on the mediums in Q1, which is interesting. The hometown hero. And yeah, there's
Completely
your
forgot it's his
4
home Grand Prix.
eliminated in Q1. You know
The
if
audio's fine.
Eel's gonna join
So.
to make it 20.
Oh god, that's a packed grid though. The fact that the first to the bottom is split by a second. Oh,
Yeah, very, very tight indeed.
very annoying as well.
Yeah, the poll time yesterday was 108.7.
Oh, was it? What did I get?
Yeah.
Do you remember? Can you have a look?
I think you were a 9.9 dead.
Yeah. Guess we'll see what the poll time is today, and we'll see where those laps would have put me and Lang's. I think we were like at least 7 tenths ahead of the rest of the grid, weren't we?
Yeah.
And I think that 109.1
Yeah,
was
9/10 clear.
I think that was my first lap. I did 2 laps, which was weird because normally I only do 1 lap in Q3 because I don't like to use tyres. But that was my first lap with like 6 or 7 minutes to go. It shows how good Lang's lap was. Even on my second lap, I couldn't get close to it.
Yeah, that was a very clean lap.
Yeah, it was.
We'll probably be like low 108 today, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I would have to guess. Well, let's have a look. Who's on an outlap then? Oh, Chris. Chris is on an outlap. Oh, so is Mods.
And so he is.
Guess we could see who out of the McLarens will be the fastest driver today.
Yeah. Alright, well, considering Mods is first out the box, you wanna...
Yeah, go
run
ahead.
lap
We'll
on his-
go for his lap.
on the way?
Alright, it's just coming down now. The exit out of that hairpin isn't too important just because of the chicane here, the Wall of Champions. You can actually destroy that first curve if you're very careful and not break any track limits rules. He comes into turn 1, nice apex, nice. He sort of missed the late apex there, but that won't have affected him too much. He now comes into turn 4, which is very easy to invalidate on, but he doesn't. Oh, he clips the wall there. Yeah, that was damage. Either that or it was an invalidation. Let me turn on my maps.
It was damage.
It was damage, yeah. Let's go on board with Chris quickly. He's coming onto his lap now as he takes a very nice line for turn 1. Turn 2 is relatively nice as he now gets on the power. Coming into turn 3, which I mislabeled as turn 4 earlier. He doesn't actually hit the wall, doesn't take as much of the inside as he could there. It's still a purple sector 1, or it's a lock up there. That curb's so easy to spin on as he comes out through to the first real DRS zone off the lap, maxing out the gears, using all the power that the engine has to offer. Very easy to spin on that corner as well, as Mods is retired. That's a weird one.
Hold on, he's just pulled up on the straight.
Chris is completely locked up there.
He's binned it. He's binned it on the straight.
Missed the apex. He's now coming onto this final back straight. This is very much a place where you can lose or gain a lot of time with the exit from the hairpin. Speaking of lose or gain a lot of time, he comes into the Wall of Champions. Very cautious through there. He's on the softs, which is key. He doesn't think he can get through on the mediums. And it's a 109.4, which is relatively good Q2 time. Obviously, as the track ramps up, the times will get quicker.
Yeah, indeed they will. Compared to Q1, that's probably around mid-pack time. Right now.
Yeah, that would. There's not really much you can do to compare it with Tier 2. It's different weather conditions. But yeah, Mods, the home hero, has retired from the session. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, he just
Let's
had
have
a
look.
front
Who's
right
on an
off
outlap?
on the
EDMG and Term are both on outlaps.
Right.
We'll go on board with Ed as he's going to be going on to his lap first. Smokey's still sitting in the pits. Ed is out on the mediums. Term is out on the softs. It's very interesting. Two contrasting strategies from the two championship protagonists. Ed coming off the back of a win at Imola. His self-proclaimed favourite track on the F1 2021 game. I'd have to agree with him on that one. It's a very, very fun track to both hot lap and do league racing about, as he's now coming onto that back straight, preparing for his lap. This exit out of all the champions is key, as he doesn't want to get any damage, but also doesn't want to scrub off time that can cost him vital hundredths. As he gets a bit squirrely on the exit there. He's now going to come into turn 1. He's going to brake and he's going to take a... Oh, it's an invalidation. Was going to say he takes a very nice apex, but he took it a bit too nicely. Let's switch over to QBR20 Term now, as he shows Ed how it's done on that first corner. Very nice line through that first complex corners, being very careful on the frost, trying not to spin it out. As he now comes into turn 3, nice line through there. As this little complex here of Sector 1 is very hard to navigate yourself around. Doesn't invalidate there somehow. Maximises the traction coming out of, as I said, that complex, which is so very easy to gain or lose time. As he's abandoned his lap, as he's not using ERS.
Oh, he hasn't invalidated.
Yeah. He invalidated just then, yeah, but he wasn't using ERS. Yeah. So maybe I was commentating over a lap that wasn't really happening. I'm sure Ed is going to be going straight back onto another lap. It wouldn't surprise me if he's got the fuel required, and also, being the mediums, he's only got one set. He's not got any tyres to switch onto if he does wish to. Is he? Hard to tell really, because his lap's already invalidated. Let's hope he hasn't no, he hasn't invalidated his next lap. He now comes into, doesn't make the same mistake twice. As he now goes into turn 2, you could see the tyre marks from the lockups, very infamous for that. As he now comes into turn 3, just about doesn't invalidate, uses that grass on the apex. Sebastian Vettel tried doing that 2 or 3 years ago now, and look how that worked out for him. It's a purple Sector 1, but I don't know if that's a bug because this game is rubbish, as he now comes into the first real DRS zone. Comes to the end of Sector 2 now. Very easy to spin there. I showed that yesterday. I showcased how easy it was. But he's managed to keep it going. He now comes into this hairpin, maxing out the gears there, choosing not to lose valuable time. It's a very, very nice apex there. Straight lines the exit to get the power down as easily as possible, as he now comes down onto that back straight. DRS wide open, postbox flap, as he now is coming down into Wall of Champions, infamous for taking out champions. He's not champion in TRL yet. Could this be a season? Oh my god, it's not, because he's invalidated his next lap as well. Right, Ed has to make a decision here. Is he going to go back into the box and come back out on the soft compound tyre and guarantee his place in Q3, or will he stay out and...
Yeah, it's a bit of a dilemma for him at the moment.
Yeah, he is in a dilemma at the moment. I've just want to point out, my mic keeps cutting out because I haven't done the Spotify trick. I need to put Spotify on in the background, put the volume down to 0, otherwise my controller turns off because I'm not using it. Let's...
Wait, does that work?
What, the Spotify thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I'm on my wheel, I don't obviously use my controller. I don't put input, so it turns off. If you put Spotify on, it doesn't turn off the controller.
Oh, I wish I'd known that before, when I was league racing, because I used to have that problem.
Oh, mate, honestly, it was so annoying, because I'd reach down and the controller just wouldn't turn on.
Yeah.
What's Ed going to do? Ed's going to go back into the pits. Right. Also, Term is yet to set a lap as well. He came back in on those worn softs. Is Ed going to come out on the worn mediums and risk knocking himself out, or would he go onto the softs and accept the inferior strategy? Well, actually, I say in theory, it really does depend on safety cars, doesn't it now? Round a track such as Canada, you really do not want to be getting caught in that midfield, which is where Ed is at risk of starting right now. He's in P14. If you start there, it is literally like trying to... I'm trying to think of an analogy here. It's like trying to avoid fish when swimming through a coral reef. It's near enough impossible.
That is one of the weirdest analogies I've
Yeah,
heard, but
well,
it's accurate.
It's accurate.
I
It
rate
really is, yeah. So him and Tom are going to hope that they're going to be able to get through to Q3. I'm actually relatively lucky that I'm starting right at the back of the grid because I can just go slow into turn 1 and overtake the people that get spun. So
Yeah.
laugh all you will about me trying to get through and not. I'm actually in a nice position because I'm also on the free choice of tyres and I've got fresh mediums. Ed doesn't, he's used his. Oh, that's a big luck up from 2D as they go wide into the hairpin on their lap. They've lost so much time. You'd have to think that they're gonna box and then come back out. Are they gonna finish this lap? They are gonna finish this lap. Oh, they're gonna go anyway. So yeah. Ed is on his outlap. He's on the medium compact tyres. That's a weird one. Him and Term are both on the mediums.
They're both committed to it.
Term has fresh mediums. Ed has not. So we'll see how this goes. Kyan, oh, side by side going into the hairpin. As Ed coming onto his lap, the pressure. I think you'll relate to this as well, Savvy. When you need to get a lap in.
Oh yeah,
is
100%.
So high. You also be very cautious throughout the lap.
You don't want to make a mistake that could put you in a wall or invalidate.
Well, luckily
it's
for Ed,
very.
Luckily for Ed, he does have 4 minutes. So if he invalidates this lap, he's got another one. But he has to think about tyre wear, as is becoming very apparent as he goes through turn 1.
Just got blocked by an Alpha Tauri. I don't know if it was an AI or what, but Deluxe Cord got in his way through turn 8-9.
Turn will be very vocal about that in Tier 1 General, I'm sure. As Ed is now coming through the start of Sector 2, first DRS zone of the track, and now comes into this infamous right-left chicane that has caught so many people out this weekend in TRL as he now comes into his hairpin. Yeah, we've seen a couple of lockups in here. Is Ed going to join him? Sort of does, but relatively retains that racing line. He's not used much ERS throughout this lap, so is that an indication as to how he's been driving, how he's been very careful on the throttle on the exit? I don't know, probably. As he now comes into the Wall of Champions, he's invalidated once, he's not invalidated this time, he's gotten through. Where will this lap put him? He's not got time to go back in and get another, he's gone third, so he is through. Great lap from him, under pressure. He's actually gone 2 tenths faster than Term, or 3 tenths faster than Term as well. As Smokey goes fastest, nearly 4 tenths quicker than the nearest person.
Yeah.
But Smokey's on soft, so...
No, I think it was Chris who just put his car up there in second.
Yeah, Chris is also there, but Smokey also went P1.
Yeah. No,
Smokey was P1. That's, yeah, me being stupid.
No problem.
Who is coming out who's interesting is we know Term and Ed should, in theory, both be safe, but we have seen how packed up this grid has been within Q1, so they're still at risk. I would go as far to say they're still relatively at risk. I think Term, Term, I think has time to go out again if his teammate hurries up and gets out the box. Yeah, but Term should have time to go out again if need be. I don't think he will. He's down into 6th now. I think Term could be in danger here, being knocked out. He's only got 3 tenths to P12, and those guys behind him are all going to be on the softs, and they are so much quicker around this track. It's unreal. His Term is now going into the box. He has 1 minute 40 seconds. I think he's going to want to go back out if he can. Ed is in the pits. Is Ed going to be going out again? I don't think he is. I think Ed is relatively safe.
Yeah, because that 3 tenths gap between him and
Term's on the soft. I think Term's trying to come out now, but I don't think he's going to make it. He's gone onto the soft spot. I can't see him making it. Ed retires. He's confident. He's through. Term is trying to come out the pits right now. He's not got time. He's not going to make it through. He's not going to make it through the lap in order to set another lap.
Oh, was Airlines loses it at the Wall of Champions chicane. That's front-wing damage for him at the end of his lap.
Term's down to 7th. He is in serious trouble here. There's nothing he can do, and I think he knows it deep down. He's not going to get round to get that next lap in. Who is on a lap behind him? VL Styles. He is on a lap on the soft compound tyre. Will he go faster? I think Kyan's just finished his lap. He's not gone faster. Well, he has gone faster, but not faster than Term. As VL Styles, this is going to be key in terms of race. He out-qualifies Term. Term is down into P8. Mighty Jew, he's on a lap now as well, I'm pretty sure. But Term is blocking him.
Tudi's on a lap right now.
Term is giving Mighty Jew a toe.
Tudi goes 5th. Term's in 9th now. Term's in 9th.
Yeah, Mighty Jew, Term made a big sacrifice there as he gave Mighty Jew the toe to allow him to get maybe a couple more hundredths out of his lap time, but that could knock Term out. But Mighty Jew has gone wide, he's hit the wall. I don't think he's going to be improving. Blue Cuckoo Boy, I think he's on a lap. Yes, he is. He comes into the Wall of Champions. Very nice line through there. No damage, no invalidation. Is he going to go quicker than Term? Yes, he is. Yes, Term is into P10. He's going to be so worried as Mighty Jew. Mighty Jew is slowed down. He's invalidated.
Oh, there's Alun on the
soft. Is
he
going to knock out Term? Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
Term is out. Ah, that must hurt. That must really hurt. Ed is through on the medium. His rival, QBR 2010, Quarantine Boys Racing 2020 Term is out. He's on strategic pole, mind you, but Ed is up in P5 and he's still got Q3. Ed could stick this on pole, and that could be a massive loss for Term.
The small margins in this tier can mean so much because they both set medium tyre laps that put them in 3rd respectively.
Yeah, 2-3 tenths off
gap.
each other. Yeah, exactly. They were 2nd and 3rd after they set their laps, and now Term is 11th and Ed is 5th. So like 5 people have fit their way into that 2-tenth gap between them. Yeah, really, as Zambi said, goes to, or Abs, whatever you want me to call you on stream. Goes to show how tight the margins are. 2D also got through on the mediums.
He
alongside Ed.
Right
Ed and 2D the only people in that top 10 who will be starting on the medium compound tyre. So how that will play out in the race, I don't know, but it will be very, very interesting. Luckily, at the start of the race, I'll be able to let you know, Xavi, if anything goes on towards the back of the pack. So you can focus on the front runners. I'll focus on the people at the back.
Alright, there are your 5 eliminated from Q2. As we go into Q3, the fight for pole.
As we go into Q3 now, 12 minutes on the clock. Who's going to take pole? I would put my money on Smokey. You know, out of this grid of 10 people, he does seem to have the best 1 lap pace. Regardless of what he does in the race, he definitely has is top when it comes to 1 lap pace. I would say. Ed, very good racecraft, very good race driver. However, obviously we've seen in his history of league racing, not just TRL, not got many poles, despite his race wins. He's like the opposite to Leclerc. Leclerc has something ridiculous, like 8 or 9 poles and 2 race wins. It's insane. But yeah, I guess we'll see how Ed goes. I'm sure Ed will be happy with anything on that, on those front 2 rows. preferably he'd want the first row because of how short the run is. Not much of a slipstream you can get. It's not like your Mexicos, your Catalonias. It's not like that where you've got a long run and you can use a slipstream with the 2 cars ahead to make a move into turn 1. Even Spa you could consider with the Kemmel straight, essentially acting as a first straight as well. So yeah, I'm sure Ed is going to be looking to put it on those front 2 rows.
So it is Chris, I believe, who is first out. Will be the first to start.
Yeah.
A lap.
Let's go in here. Oh, did he invalidate his next lap? No, he didn't. As he comes into turn 1 now. Yeah, doesn't take as much curb on the inside as he could have. Goes a bit deep, but still gets his traction down. Doesn't use traction control. That's natural skill. That as he now comes through sector 1 now, twisty turn. It's like a car park in there. If on lap 1, it shows how tight it is as he now comes onto that first DRS zone. That first full DRS zone of the lap goes into this right-left chicane, infamous for catching drivers out. It's not caught Chris out. He uses all of the curve that he can use on the exit of that second phase of the chicane. It's a purple sector 2, even though he's the only person to have set sector 2 times so far. As he now comes onto this back straight, no obvious errors within that hairpin. Coming down that back straight, quite boring to commentate this one. Not really much going on. DRS is open.
Yeah.
As he now comes into the wall of champions, doesn't invalidate, uses the majority of the track he can use. As he's now going to come across the line. The benchmark times are 109.0, similar to the time I set in Q3. But about 3 or 4 tenths off of the pole time for tier 2 yesterday. Yeah, Ed is invalidated. He's not going to be going for another lap, I don't think. Yeah. Let me just get my my UI on so I can see if they. Wait, no, I think you may have gotten. I think Ed is on a lap right now.
Oh, all right, yeah, okay.
Someone invalidated. I don't know who. Maybe Blue Cuckoo.
No. I think he invalidated his previous one and someone, and now he's gone back.
Fair enough. As he's now coming through the end of sector 2, what's it going to be time-wise? It's not purple. It is not purple. Not his favourite shade of colour when it comes to qualifying. As he now comes onto that back straight, missed that apex, bit of understeer, bit of a lock-up. So hardly flaws from Ed. I'm going to use the Martin Brundle card of commentating on straights. Opens that DRS post-box flap. Very clean through the wall of champions. He's not a champion, so he's not binned it, but he's gone 1 millisecond quicker than Christopher. That is close. That's what we're talking about when we see how close this tier is. This track really does rival Monaco in terms of 1, how close the laps can be, and 2, how short the laps are. Only 1 minute 9 seconds on a good quali lap. Let me just go onto the tier 2 stream yesterday, and I will get up the tier 2 qualifying times and compare them, because this is the first session where we're actually able to compare them.
And Smokey just blitzed Ed by 6
Oh, well. Our predictions of Smokey going pole aren't too wayward now. Let's have a look at those quali times.
I think your
I think my time was a 109.1.
I think it was like a 109.03.
I'll have a look.
If I remember. Have a look, but I think your final lap was quicker than Ed's current one.
Take that. Easy claps. Let me go back. So the pole time was a 108.7, so that would be P2 right now in this session. My time in P2 was a 109.082, just slower than Ed and Chris, but within that ballpark. Again, showing how tight the margins are. on this track. And then in P3, we had Web Jiggle. That was a 109.9, so about 9 tenths between me and P3. So not much more comparison we can really do, but will be interesting to see how fast Smoking can go. Will he perhaps? I mean, this is very bold saying this, but when you have such a gap as what is it, 6-7 tenths?
Yeah,
Smokey's got 6 and a bit tenths. Realistically, will Ed and Chris find that much time on their second lap, regardless of track evolution? There's only so much I can do. Could Smokey be so confident in his time he could save a pair of softs for perhaps a late safety car, which we saw yesterday, which would have really helped some drivers having that extra set of softs? As obviously doing full quali, he's used all of, essentially probably used all of his softs. So
that's not a bad shout, to be honest. I think he should consider it, because that is a lot of time for Ed and Chris to make up on laps that seemed pretty decent anyway.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't seem like they made many mistakes that could bring them 6th.
Could do a Sebastian Vettel. I want to say 2013 at Singapore, where he put it on pole and didn't go out for a second lap.
Yeah.
I think it was. I can't remember what year. I know it was between, like, it was like 2012 or 13, that kind of ballpark.
Yeah.
But or what Leclerc did at Sakir a couple years ago for the oval.
He set a lap that he was so
he wasn't gonna fight. Yeah, sat down, didn't do anything else. Yeah, then got binned lap 1. So guess we'll see how that goes. I guess we'll see if Smokey comes out. He may be listening to the stream and considering it. I don't know. Maybe he knows that Ed does have a lot more pace, or Chris, because Ed and Chris may as well be on the exact same time. That's how close they are. Don't discount Tootie either. Only 400ths off of those two, Ed and Chris. So P2 to P4 is incredibly close, with P1 being a mile off. Smokey can essentially, here's the choice he faces. He can go out now, guarantee pole, or he can stay in and save a set of tyres, but still have a high chance of getting pole with how good that first lap was. Maybe he thinks he's got absolutely no more time in that lap, and he's never going to improve.
Oh, yeah, that's something he needs to consider, because if he knows he can't improve, there's no point.
No point at all. Like yesterday, on my second lap, maybe shouldn't. I mean, I went out anyway because I had a load of softs left over because we had intermediates in Q1 and Q2. So I went out anyway. But yeah, sometimes you just set a lap that is so good, there is absolutely no point in going out again. As Lord Gamer comes onto his final lap, it's definitely a contender for that front row. Can't see him catching up to Smokey. Smokey and Ed still in the pits, so that track evolution that Ed will likely gain from him going out so late is huge, and could solidify his spot on the front row. As Chris goes purple in sector 1, which I highly doubt, but we're just going to say he's gone purple anyway. Comes into this DRS zone. Essentially a long right-hander, really, as he now comes into that right-left chicane that has caught out so many drivers this weekend. Now coming into the hairpin, very, very important this within your lap. Gets purple sector 2, which again I highly doubt. Not an amazing hairpin from him, but I would guess he's probably got an alright exit from that. Not too much time going to be lost.
As it stands, he's 4 tenths up on his lap.
Ed hasn't gone out yet, which is very weird. He always does like to take a lot of time. Oh, Smokey's going out. Smokey's going out. Chris has set a 108.6. That's still 1.5 tenths off. Ed is going to be so close. I'm not sure if he's going to make it. I'm not sure if he's going to make it round. He has a minute. He's going to have to go for it. He can't cruise around this lap. He's going to have to go for it, which worries me because he's going to be putting wear on his tyres and also potentially, well, actually, on the last lap of Q3, you want to be using as much fuel as you can with your outlap. So, oh yeah,
And there is a bit
we'll
of a
just say
jam
he's locked
here,
up there.
so
Smokey wouldn't surprise me if he realises Chris hasn't gone that fast. I doubt Ed will, and just doesn't do his lap and keeps his softs relatively new. But I feel like he's still going to go for it because, I mean, he's Smokey, he wants to do that. Ed has to make this. He has nearly 15 seconds. He should activate the ERS now, really. He's got 15 seconds to get there. I think he should. It's going to be tight, though. As Smokey may have completely screwed over Ed here. Smokey was parked up on the Wall of Champions. Smokey's going to make it. Will Ed make it? He's just made it. He has just made it.
he does.
Honestly, that was... Smokey played a very smart game there. He could have very easily stopped Ed. As Ed is now down in P5. He really did have to make that lap. Otherwise, he would have been so disappointed starting in that area where... Oh, he's got so much traffic! I don't know if you're on board with me, right now, but...
He's nearly lost it.
He's gotten so close to spinning there.
This is a chaotic
Honestly, mate,
lap
watching this is like watching Verstappen's lap in Saudi Arabia a couple of months ago. He's using absolutely all the track. It's a spectacle to watch this, but I can't really see it being very quick as he goes so deep. He goes into the Mariana Trench. That's how deep he was going there. He's now coming down that back straight. He's got a bit of a toe from the car in front. That is Smokey. Coming down that back straight, now coming into the Wall of Champions. Smokey goes through. Is Smokey going to go quicker? Ed is a nice Wall of Champions from him. Smokey, will he go quicker? Ed's down at P6. Smokey doesn't go quicker. Ed goes P2. He gets very, very close there. Very, very close.
But from him.
But me and you, Zavi, we probably were right in suggesting that Smokey didn't go out for another lap. Ed was so close to not getting that lap in though. He had a load of traffic, he nearly spun.
That was such a chaotic lap, it was crazy.
It was
fair play
crazy
to
to
him,
watch.
pulling that out of the bag.
Especially, he made a big mistake though at the hairpin. That could have very easily been pole.
To be honest,
Honestly,
those
it's a
two
great
mistakes,
effort.
nearly losing it and going deep at the hairpin.
It's an insane
Probably
lap when you really think
could've
about the
gifted him.
circumstances and what that lap was going like.
Well. We've got front row, Smokey and Ed. Let's see how they go into turn one. Smokey did have a spin in his last race, or was it a race before? I can't remember. Sometime in the race, and the start here is prone to spins. So we'll see who survives.
Apparently Smokey was 10th up in his first sector, but he got held up by the traffic that Ed inevitably also got caught in.
Yeah.
Ah, well, that was a very, very
Something of a-
entertaining Q3 to watch.
Yeah.
It really was. Term starting P11. We know he got knocked out. He's going to be starting on the mediums, you'd have to guess. Head is starting on that front row. Our prediction was actually spot on. We said that Smokey was going to get pole. We predicted that Ed was going to be getting P2. And he did. So, yeah. Very nice lap from him. I think if anyone's watching the stream right now, I do think the medium soft is very, very much possible. Very, very much possible. So
Yeah.
I'm going to take a bit of wing off. As we go on to the start of the formation lap, I guess we'll see. Def Chicken is also starting at the back here. That's weird. He's been in Q3, I think every race so far, I want to say. So impressive from him.
Bit of a run, but good run that's come to an end for him, I guess.
Yeah, he must have maybe not gotten a lap in, or maybe his pace wasn't amazing. But he's starting on the softs, which is very bold.
Yeah. So 19 drivers, that's quite a stacked grid. Let's see. Could be chaotic, probably will be chaotic.
Yeah, so I'm actually not at the back, believe it or not. I've got clips behind me. He didn't actually set a lap.
Oh yeah.
Very important. Oh,
Yeah.
Crispy's spun. That's a weird one. Very important to get the tyres up to temp, especially all of us at the back with the mediums. And Ed also, Smokey. You've got to say Smokey will likely destroy Ed off the start. Both
100%.
in conjunction
even
with
Chris will probably get
in
Ed off the
conjunction with both him being very good at league racing and very good at starts. Obviously, we saw. I think was it in Bahrain? I think it may have been in Bahrain when he got a very good start. Oh, actually, no, that was round 0. Include that practice round.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah,
a very good
the
start,
electric one,
and
I
also
remember.
that, along with the fact that he's on softs, will contribute. But Ed is on mediums. We know how good his racecraft is. If you're watching the stream, you've got everything to be excited about.
We've got Ed on the mediums along with Tuddy in the top 4. Then down to 11th is the next medium runner where Term is, along with Mighty Jew, Mods, Crispy, and yourself. Everyone else on the softs.
Yeah, he's actually a very
difference.
It's a very split grid in terms of what the strategy is going to be in Canada. Some people think softs is better. Some people think mediums is better, which should make Canada next year in F1 very interesting with the Q3 rule out of the way. With the Q2 rule, sorry, out of the way.
Yeah.
As we now line up onto the grid, I'm at the back. I will let you know, Xavi, if anything interesting happens at the back. You just focus on the front, my friend. Ed, Smokey, and Lord Gamer. I can imagine that Ed will get swamped off the start. It's going to be interesting.
It will be interesting, to say the least. Here we go then. 5 red lights for Canada. Round number 5. Smokey on pole, it's lights out and away we go, and as expected Ed does get off to a slow start and Lord is already alongside him, and Tuddy's even got past him into turn 1.
Whoa,
he's trying to defend
a bit damage, I think.
And Tuddy's still around the outside and he's made the move on Ed. Ed is down to 4th, Balloon's now all over the back of him as well. But Ed gets back past into 3 and 4. All static here, and there's a big crash between the Ferrari and Red Bull. The Ferrari of Airlines flew into the air practically and is out, bringing out a VSC. And we're only halfway through the lap.
Also safety car.
And it's a full safety car. Well, that didn't take long. That was very quick. Did anything happen at the back?
Mods, I think, may have gotten a bit of damage. I couldn't really tell. I just saw carbon fibre fly from his perspective on the start. I had to go a bit deep to avoid a collision, but other than that, not much really. I wouldn't be surprised though if Mods boxes though, but I couldn't really tell. But I just saw carbon fibre fly.
Let's have a look.
NJ Airlines is out.
Does still have a front wing. Yeah, Airlines.
Yeah, we've got one casualty on this first lap. NJ Airlines is out of the race. He got binned going into that car park that we were talking about.
Yeah,
and a lot of people boxed.
Did have some damage.
Likely to go onto the mediums, I would guess. This has worked out grand for all of us at the back, starting on the mediums.
Oh yeah,
as cat of a man would say. This is grand. I've gained a lot of positions just because people want to start on the mediums, which I don't blame them for, if I'm honest.
Yeah, so all those early stoppers have gone on to the mediums now. Styles.
Crispy is incredibly laggy. I'm going to ping him and say, sort your internet.
Alright, so Ed did lose out at the start, did get quite a shocker, but then managed to hold off. Oh, Tuddy's got 5 seconds, I don't know how that... Probably a safety car collision with someone on the road. see. You have to come in. No, he doesn't. Alright. So I'm guessing we'll probably have to wait one more lap. Unless Mikey Duke closes in quickly.
I would probably say one more lap.
Yeah.
Normally it tells you just before the hairpin at Canada.
Alright, fair.
Wait, Crispy, honestly, his Wi-Fi is so bad. Honestly, I feel like I'm going to go into the back of him any second now.
Wait, so where is he on your screen? Is he...
No, he's just going side to side into the wall.
He's hit the barrier, yeah. Oh, right.
What is going on? I need him to react to my my message. I've pinged him and said, "What is going on with your internet?"
Well, this is quite an early safety car. Let's see if...
Can't say it wasn't expected though.
Or...
Can't say it wasn't expected at a track such as Canada.
Yeah. To be honest, the
Hey, honestly, I'm so scared of going past Crispy. Honestly, he's zipping around like, you know, go off Wreck-It Ralph. You know the one in the go-kart that that's literally Crispy right now. Honestly, this guy's all over my screen. Yeah. If I go for a move, I might hit him on his screen, but on my screen, I can't do anything, honestly.
Just leave him like...
Yeah, as I said, just before the hairpin. Safety car in this lap. I need to get the tyres warm.
Alright, so we've got Smokey and Lord 1 and 2 now. Ed down in third.
Doesn't surprise me that, to be fair.
How many positions did Alun gain? He gained 1. Oh, okay, that was with Ed.
Mate, honestly, what is going... Crispy. Fella. What am I seeing on my screen? You know if Crispy's from America? Because that may explain things.
No, he is from the UK.
Mate, there's no way that Chris, who is from a state in America, has better internet than someone from the UK.
Alright, anyway, the safety car is in now, and we are underway. Ed is still weaving, trying to get traction into his mediums.
Doesn't surprise me.
Lord right up Smokey's gearbox, pushing him through turn 2 practically, as they go down the hill into 3 and 4, still single file. Yeah, there's no move going on yet, or there's a bit wide from someone. I think Crispy is still lagging.
Yeah.
Go up to the top.
I just really hope he... Nothing against Crispy. I hope he crashes out, because honestly, I can't get within 5/10 of him. Otherwise, he might just go back and hit me.
So, Hoodie's kind of dropping from Ed already on the course of that one lap, so Alun's probably going to have a go as soon as he possibly can. Deluxe Ford, however, is going to have a go now on here. And he gets past the half start with ease, even without DRS. That's the Alpha Tauri up to P6. That's the only move for now, as Lord again closes back in.
I think Crispy may have disconnected. He's gone into AI mode, which is good because now his AI isn't lagging as much.
Yeah. Are you sure? Because on my screen he's still going.
Oh wait, he's ghosted now.
Yeah, I have no idea. Oh, there's a bit of a
wait, no, he's back.
Turns side by side with the Haas car now, who is dropping like a fly. Turn for some reason breaks on the straight.
It wouldn't surprise me if he was trying to get the DRS. Trying to get the DRS. Alonso did it to Hamilton in 2012. Oh, what's that?
Oh yeah. Alright, the safety car's Wait, what? Safety car back?
Oh,
What happened
mods!
Alright, so Kian had a collision somewhere and crashed out. Don't know who that was with in the place where Kavitsa crashed back in 07, I think. And that means all the soft runners get a free pit stop now. I mean, it's not really free because the whole pack was together, so they are going to drop down. But at least they'll get their first stop in on the second safety car of this race.
Actually, no.
Yeah,
That's all the soft runners. No, I completely forgot I was on the mediums for a second. Oh, thank God Crispy's gone. Thank God. Thank the Lord.
Yeah, so... Wait, how did you and Mod get your 5 seconds?
Well, what happened was the safety car came out as I was coming onto the hairpin. So I've slammed all my brakes to get under the delta, and Mod has just gone into the back of me as I'm going into the hairpin. So I'd love to see his perspective because I couldn't do anything at all. And he's maybe got damage. I don't know. Probably not, as he would have boxed last lap. I don't know how he's not got damage.
And now we wait again.
Tell you what, medium runners have been blessed. These safety cars.
Oh yeah. Solidly up to P5 for you. Comes up to P3. And still hanging on in P2. Because,
yeah, I was going to say,
and Smokey comes in now. I think Smokey may have actually been past the pit lane when the safety car came in. I'm not sure. Maybe he just didn't decide to. But now he does come in.
Unless he goes into the hards, I don't think he's going to be able to take his tyres to the end.
Wait, what? He's on the mediums.
That's weird.
So, he's boxed on the same tyre as all the rest of the soft runners, but interesting that he's on the mediums a lap later and he's right at the back of the field. It's a bit of a strategic blunder from Smokey here. He really should have pitted on the previous lap, because now he's 4 places off Chris, who he was ahead of before the safety car. So he's got his work cut out for him this evening, I guess. As for the rest, that means Ed does take the lead from No Limit and yourself. Not much else to comment on.
Oh, safety car in.
Apart from the safety car coming in now.
Save the commentary there. There's nothing to commentate on under safety car, and except from possible strategies.
Yeah, but I mean, everyone pretty much boxed who was going to box at this early stage. Let's see if we can survive another lap at least. Lap or two.
Please, just safety car on like lap 25 would be a blessing.
Yeah. Anyway, let's go, Ed.
Are you having a laugh, mate? Oh my god. Oh my god.
Wait, what's happening to you?
Oh no, I overtook Crispy.
Oh.
And because he's not in the race, and I've gone to let him by because I had to, and his AI is just not going past me. So that's brilliant. That's so much fun.
Wait, you could have just taken the penalty and got a remove.
No, because it would have been served in a penalty in a safety car.
Oh right.
It would have been served in a thingy, so I wouldn't be able to get it. Yeah.
Anyway, Charles gets past Death Chicken and Alun follows suit. The Mercedes hasn't got his tyres up to 10 by the looks of it. Oh, and Tom, not Tom, he's gone straight into the back of Death Chicken.
Oh, dirty air, Tom.
This is an absolute mess here in the middle sector. Cars all over the road. Everyone's hitting everyone.
You seen that? Were you watching the back of the grid just then?
I was briefly, but I didn't see.
Death Chicken was parked at the apex and nearly went into it. I didn't.
Now?
Hopefully he leaves
Yeah.
space. I was going to
I
pits.
need
That's an exceeded
I
track
think
limit,
we
so
got-
you having a laugh?
to the wall. We've got a move at the front of the field. As Term's disconnected.
Can you
Term
write him
has
back?
DC, so
It's
oh,
probably
yeah.
surprise me if it's his internet with the storm at the moment.
Oh yeah. Where's Term?
There's a raging storm outside my place, so if I leave unexpectedly, it's probably a power cut or my Wi-Fi.
As Mod gets our first 3-second time penalty of the race. He's in P3 at the moment, with Ed having bridged a solid 3-second gap in the lead. Fair play to him, but he will have to stop in about 10-15 laps, I think. I don't know when the medium hit what it is. Mod's getting squarely to the wall. A champion chicane. I can set up a move on no limit. There's a move back. Still disconnected as everyone within a second of each other.
It's hard.
Down from third. Chris also gets 3 seconds, as does Deluxe Squad, so penalties are now flowing in here as they were in Tier 2 yesterday. Moki gets past Deluxe Squad with a lovely move around the outside of 7. Up to 3-8 in his bid to get back to the front of the field after his pit stop, as you get your first 3-second time penalty, and Mod gets down the inside of the AlphaTauri in the hairpin, and the Red Bull of DL Styles has crossed the barrier and lost his front wing. I think he just dropped it on his own. But
Oh, this is
VSC
so
and the other
annoying
lost
when
the
it has
wheel.
to. When like you have to stay behind a car that has no wing. Why should I have to stay behind a car with no wing? I'd love an explanation.
We want many things explained on this game.
Oh, please.
Guess we won't get it. Anyway, there's a retirement from 30 who's retired in the pit lane. I think. Yeah. Alright, that's fine. Well, we made it, what's that, 3 laps until VSC, so getting better, but still
And
colliding.
oh my god, are you serious?
Well, I see why you're saying that.
Mate, I was
That's
saying
been
end
misjudged.
because I was going into the corner. I didn't have to brake really early or I'd lose a load of time. And the safety car decides to end as I'm going into the corner. I just absolutely love this game. It is the best game.
Alun is now trying to get past Chris. They both have DRS, so that's not going to help him, and he's had to back out. Chris is on pressure medium? No, Alun. They're both on the same set of medium. Oh no, they bought from the early bit. Alright. McLaren 2-3 at the moment. Smokey, who's found himself back up into 5th, made quick work of the midfield. Now hunting Alun. Styles get 3 seconds. And our pack has been cut down to 15 in 12 laps for retirees in this race. Deluxe Squad looking for a way past Mighty Jew, who's trying to defend as much as he can, and they both simultaneously spin into turn 8. I don't know, I think it looked like Deluxe Squad tapped the back of Mighty Jew, and they both synchronized.
Oh my god, I've got floor damage. Are you having a laugh? I just turned into a corner, the car doesn't turn. I look at my damage, I'm like, I can't have wing damage. I'm like, yeah, I've got floor damage. It's just, this is amazing. I'm going to drive a bit as long as I can.
Back
Wait
at
for
the
a
front,
safety
the two
car.
McLarens sort of swap places. And he gets a 3-second time penalty. And Lord sets the fastest lap. MP2. They're both closing in on Ed, who's still yet to box, so his medium's about twice as old as the two McLarens, as Alun gets 3 seconds. Seems like no one can escape penalties around the circuit Gilberto on this game. Ed's lead's been cut down to below 2 seconds now. The two McLarens are really working well to push themselves up, back towards P1. And Herm has made yet another move on his way back after he disconnected. We've got a bit of a gap between 8 and 9, but Deluxe Cord is vying for that P9 still trying to get past Mighty Zoo. Will this be his opportunity? He's got DRS and ERS, not much ERS to be honest, and he does breeze past the Aston Martin. And you've had a spin?
No, I was letting Def Chicken and Stars by, because realistically, I'm not tier 1. I didn't want to hold them up with my damage, so.
Oh, fair enough.
I went off, I went straight ahead, you know how there's a bit of a runoff with that hairpin.
Players Deluxe Cord now gets another 3 seconds. Man, this track is deadly for track.
I think this track's deadly. Wait till France next week.
Oh yeah.
If you're not careful there, because it's very like, it's open to interpretation, because it's got a lot of corners where you can, but there's no like, there's not really any real limit in terms of like obvious one, because at least here, you know, if you go on the curbs you get a warning. But France, everything's, you know, you can just go on any curve. Some might give you a penalty, some might not.
And then the same one will change lap to lap.
Yeah.
So not very helpful. Carl's made another move past Clips, who's in P7 after starting P19, and he's let the half by basically after going very deep into turn 1. 4 from the Williams there, who's still yet to get a penalty, as is Ed, Smokey, Herb, Mighty Zoo and F Chicken. Ooh, top 3 are practically on the same bit of road. They are separated by nothing, as Mods is trying to get past his teammate who is trying to get past Ed, and now Alun has joined the party, as has Smokey. 5-car battle for the lead. We had this yesterday. Didn't quite pan out the way we wanted it to, as everyone kind of fell apart on the road. But there is battling happening here as Chris gets past Ed with ease into the World Champion chicane, and Mods comes in. So down to 4 cars in the top 5 right now. 2 with penalties, 2 without, and 1 yet to spot. 2 yet to... oh no, it's only Ed yet to spot. Ed, Term and yourself are the only drivers.
I'm just going to wait for a safety car, I've got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Either that or I'll take him to lap 25 and go on softs.
Yeah. And Smokey has to back out of an attempted move on Alun, who gets the chicane wrong, and Smokey nearly drops it, but keeps it out of any danger. Now, Ed is letting Chris run away with this. He's dropped from behind the second, but just about gets DRS from the detection zone before the hairpin. Smokey is right behind Alun, but he cannot make a move because They both have DRS, so we are in the DRS train phase where no one can get past unless those in front make a mistake. Another close battle on track is Mighty Jew and Deluxe Cord, who have been going at it pretty much the whole race. Mighty Jew's gaining again, but can't get back past into turn 1. As Chicken gets 3 seconds, joins the penalty club. And that's about it down the field. Alun practically let Smokey by, unless I just caught it wrong. But Smokey does move back up into 3rd on his way to regain P1. Will Alun come back? They both have DRS, so that's going to be a bit difficult here. And Mod gets another 3 seconds. Alun having a few liberties with the World Championship in, but no extra penalty yet. As Mighty Jew gets 3 seconds now, and he nearly loses it out of the World Championship chicane. Very, very scary situation for him there, and means that he's dropped out of 1 second, out of the 1 second window behind Deluxe Quad, so that's going to need to be broken into again. Alun slightly dropping off the back of Smokey, who's now challenging Ed for P2. Into the hairpin, probably won't go for the move because he's going to wait for DRS and make it with ease down the straight. So Alun is also behind him because Smokey took a wide line in the hairpin to set up a good exit, and he has lost time to Ed because of that. They're all gaining on the car in front, but none of them can make a move yet, as Ed gets very close to the wall of champions. Maybe with a bit of a lock-up in turn 1. Back to Mighty Jew, caught back up to Deluxe Squad, but he can't make a move yet. Another battle going on is No Limit trying to chase down Mod, as Tom has retired because of a crash exactly where we saw Mod crash in qualifying, bringing out our 3rd full safety car.
I'm boxing now. I'm going to try and go to the end because I doubt there'll be another safety car.
Yeah.
I can't go into the mediums, which is the only annoying thing.
Oh yeah, you have to.
Yeah, I want to serve it under the safety car.
Right, well that leaves only Ed, Smokey, and Flip yet to get.
That's what it's called. Don't get lapped. Don't
Penalty.
get lapped. I don't want to get lapped. Oh, okay, I'm lapped. If you get lapped, there's a bug where it doesn't let you overtake the cars.
Yeah, so it's basically race over at that point. So Ed gets his free pit stop now. He's chosen the soft tyres. Interesting. When you went for the hards.
So where did you crash out? Did you crash out where Lane's been?
He crashed out. I can't remember where Lang been. He basically crashed out where just after 4.
Yeah, that is where Lane's
on the exit of 4. Yeah, I remember now. Lang did been in there.
Oh
Mod
my
been in there
god,
in
are
P2
you...
as well.
That's 2 warnings now. I got 2 for that. What? Apparently I got 2 warnings for 1 exceed. Okay.
Wait, how come you went for the hard instead of the soft?
Because I can't take the soft 16 laps.
Fair enough. Apparently Ed said this.
Okay, I'll box this lap. I'm at the back. I've got nothing to lose.
I mean, unless Ed is going for a very stupid 2 stops now.
I don't think he will, so I'm just going to trust in him.
Yeah. Right. Everyone.
I've got another set of new softs anyway, so.
Yeah. Loki is in prime position to try and retake his P1. But Ed on fresh softs will also be vying for that race win now. And Mighty Queen has got again. Oh, serve penalty, fair enough. Or he got damage, I don't know. Either way, he boxes onto another set of fresh softs. No Limit is letting by, there's a bit of a kerfuffle happening. Mod being let through, Death Chicken letting through. What is going on, lads? Mod now being told to let Death Chicken through. And Mod got past No Limit. Okay, I think they've sorted themselves out in the midfield because of the game's crap safety. When
It is a stupid system.
no, they haven't.
It is a stupid system because, like, if I don't know, I'm not going to do this because I'm not very unsportsmanlike, or no, I'm sportsmanlike. But if Langs overtook me under safety car accidentally, I could just slow down and get him a penalty. So it is a very, 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 very stupid system. And also the fact that you can't overtake lapped cars before the safety, like. Crispy's ghosted. Crispy's ghosted, and I went to overtake him. I couldn't. It's asking to give the position back. But then the AI doesn't want to overtake me, so I'm having to slow down, like literally stop on track.
Alright, one more lap of safety car. Let's hope it's the final one of this race.
Mighty Jew is boxing.
Again?
The AI?
No, unless he's disconnected when I wasn't looking.
Maybe he's AI because the AIs love to box a load of times. Or maybe he had to get in, if he started on the mediums, he had to get on the softs for one lap and then go straight back to the mediums.
No, because he did 2 soft pit stops and then went back to the mediums.
This is so very confusing.
Because he's made 4 stops, so he started on the mediums, went soft, went mediums again. I don't know. He's just made 4 stops now, and still got. I think he served all his pit stops.
Yeah, I served mine.
Yeah. I think everyone has. So the only ones are track limit ones.
All this is doing is making the soft runners like me and Ed much easier to get to the end.
Yeah.
So I'm sure Ed isn't complaining all too much. Safety car will be in this lap. You would have to think so.
It should indeed.
Yes.
Alright, everyone weaving away, trying to get...
Xavier, you need to start racing in tier 2 again.
Should I?
Yes.
I'll consider it. I mean, because we've kind of scrapped the holiday right now.
Yeah, I get that. Nah, it's not that deep. I'm sure I can find someone else to do it, like Chris. I'm sure he'd be happy. And then, like, you can, I don't know, commentate in the rail or whatever. Someone. I'm actually not. Chris is good on his own, so he's still not in season 1.
Chris, he's leading us away on the safety car restart. Didn't quite get the jump on those behind, like Ed did on the previous restart, because the Williams and Mercedes are right behind him. Alfa Romeo's bit further behind, and he's actually gone wide into 3, inviting the Haas in for a move. The Haas can't get past, so Deluxe Ford is trying to find his way through. Everyone single file for now through the middle sector. They go.
Oh, limit EQR getting squirrely on the exit there. He's here at the back with me.
Mod gets past defends from Death Chicken, I believe, as it's No Limit right behind. Other.
Jeff, no, I'm not boxing. That's another thing they need to fix. Jeff. Honestly, some of the strategies that guy comes up with.
And Chris has bridged a 6/10 gap, which is pretty good for a safety car restart, as has Ed on Smokey and Smokey on Alun. And it's all pretty even in the top 5, but Deluxe Ford has got past his, or defended from him. No, he has got past him now. Into turn 1 and 2. As he gets 3 seconds with a warning over turn 3's inside curb, making him the person with the highest penalties right now. And this field is immensely tight on this restart that Deluxe Ford would drop.
It's because I think everyone behind each other is quicker, but it's impossible to overtake the dirty air you get.
Biggest gap is that Alun's dropped off from Smokey. He's behind us, over a second behind him, as Stars and Mod scrapping away. Oh, Mod made a mistake actually. I think he went deep at the hairpin or made a mistake out of 9, because he's dropped down to 7.
Who's leading? Chris?
Yeah, Chris is leading, but Ed has not got DRS yet, but he will have DRS on the next lap. But he's going to go for it anyway into turn 1. He's going to make use of his softs. Try it around the outside though of 2, but he's squeezed out, and that invites Smokey in to have a look as well. Ed switches it to the inside of 3, and he squeezes the McLaren out and makes the move into P1. Now Smokey gets around the outside of Chris as well into P2. Solid move from the pair of them to get past the McLaren, who's lost out massively somehow through what looked like quite a audacious dive bomb to begin with, and has now led to him falling third. Honestly, these gaps are like F1 easy. Everyone literally within half a second. But I think Smokey now will be having his say for the race win, as Chris gets 3 seconds, which isn't going to help his bid for the win. The 2 leaders right now do not have any penalties. Smokey not going for the move into turn 1. 6 behind Ed for now, as Lips gets past No Limit. No Limit's trying to hang on round the outside. No can do there. Flips into P10. Bottom of the points, but he's very slow into turn number 3. That No Limit hits his rear end, and Mighty Jew's going for it down the inside of Ferrari or himself, which has led to him bouncing off your side pod game.
Yeah, there was absolutely no contact there in this one, but maybe I'll clip it. We'll have a look after the race.
We shall. There's only top 2 who have not got penalties. Quite a few people with 9 seconds now. So it's not as bad as tier 2 yesterday. It was absurd. They had like 7 seconds.
Mate, honestly, some of the tier 2 drivers are different animals. I remember once in TSRL, when that league existed, Equalise in Singapore got 33 seconds of penalties.
That
was in F1 2020, and I think the penalty, like, you must have been able to get more.
Yeah.
In there without being disqualified. Because now you get disqualified after
like 40 seconds.
I think now you get disqualified after 30.
while we've been saying that, there's been a great battle between Styles and Giz P7 and 8 through the first sector. They've practically been side by side for a whole lap now as Hassel tries it round the outside, completes the move into a solid battle from the pair, kept it clean, now landing up on the wall. Mods gets 3 seconds, he's the first to break into the double figures of penalties. 12 seconds for him at his home race, not what he wanted because that will practically put him in P12 on the end of the race because Mighty Jew boxed again onto softs. No idea what's going on there. Styles gets back past the half bar. Death Chicken is watching this on behind, and now he's going to get involved down the main straight. It's not 3 wide because the Mercedes is dispatched to the half and can't get past the Red Bull. Alun spun it down the inside of turn 1, and Mods has spun it too.
Yeah,
what the hell's happened here? Both, I think Mods maybe messed it up and hit the back of Alun, or Alun was stricken and either way they both dropped down now. Alun just hanging on to the last point game position. The slip gets past Gibbs, made a mistake. Up front, Smokey still just hanging on in P2, not quite challenging Ed for a move. And Chris has dropped off, as has Deluxe Ford and Styles. See if Smokey makes a move this lap, gaining. Chucked in. Not the exit he needed though. It's quite much for pace right now, so no move being made there. As Alun is in, as is Mod, so they both got damage from the ordeal, which means you are now in the point.
Death Chicken spun.
Yep.
Honestly, mate, this damage is so hard to drive with.
Somehow by surviving though, you have found yourself at 9th.
Yeah.
So
8th on Pens.
oh yeah.
But Mighty Jib's out. Or safety car.
Well, we've got a 4th safety car on lap 29, which
More
was
soft.
the same lap as tier 2, I believe. If not, tier 2 is a lap later. But either way, a late safety car here, which could encourage some of the midfield to go on to new softs.
I was going to say I'm going to have a bit of fun and go on to these softs because these are quite worn.
Yeah, and you will be able to without losing out many places. I
think I go. Yeah, I was going to say I go down to 10th because it's a safety car pace.
You even spin it? I don't know.
You literally lose no time at Canada.
Yeah. Yeah, I have no idea where Mighty Jew binned it because that's him who brought the safety car up. But Deluxe Ford has just retired in the pit lane.
Load of people boxing.
Why is he just retired in the pit lane then? Unless he had other priority.
No limit, no equal got held in the... What? What's happened? Has my Wi-Fi gone down? Hello?
No.
Oh.
No, that was the game. Yeah.
Wait, what a such BS!
Yeah,
now
you two are just parked in the pit lane.
No limit equal.
Well. Codemasters F1 game being as amazing as ever.
That came out, I jumped equal in the pits because he got held up by his teammate. And then I just stopped, ghosted, and he went through me. Now
you were both just parked there.
Now Alan's going out in front of us. Oh, God. This is such a great game.
Yeah, absolutely.
The fact that this got nominated for Racing Game of the Year is
oh, honestly, when I saw
something
that,
else.
I was actually so shocked. I cannot believe that was even a consideration.
Yeah.
So, Death Chicken has opted to stay on 10 lap old soft in P4. He's gonna get absolutely swamped. Ed boxed from the lead, so that means Smokey and Chris have just collided. That's probably 5 seconds that will be removed from the end of the race. They're both both of them, along with Styles, are the top 3 on medium.
Mods has had a home race to forget, you'd have to say.
Yeah. Unless he does a madness now on 5 laps remaining. And Alun boxed again, I don't know why. Maybe he got damaged. But yeah, that happened. And
oh god, I need to print off something for school tomorrow, I just realised. Everyone's on 6 seconds of pens, really. A couple on 3 seconds. I'm sure the front. I can't see the front runners, obviously. I'm sure they're on none.
Smokey. Yeah, Smokey's got 5 seconds because of that collision, which probably will get removed. Lord's on 6, Star's on 6.
Who crashed into who though?
3.
Because the person who crashed into them won't have theirs removed.
Well, there's only one 5 second in it because you can't get a 1 second penalty. Chris has 6 seconds. He obviously didn't get any.
So it would have been
Chris is
Smokey.
behind Smokey.
Oh, well, that's weird.
Yeah. So.
Maybe Smokey kind of brake checked Chris. I don't know.
Yeah. I
Can't imagine he would have though. This car in.
Anyway, safety car is in. That's late call, but they've given us 4 laps of racing now. No, wait. Yeah, 4 laps rather than 2, which we had yesterday. But either way, a late sprint to the end. There's only 1 driver without any penalties. Technically 2 actually, because Smokey's will probably get removed. 4 drivers on worn tyres, being the top 4, and everyone else behind on fresh softs. Let's see what this race throws up right at the end, as Smokey backs everyone up immensely, and goes as you get 3 seconds.
Mate, honestly, I hate this game.
And there's another collision between Mods and Alun. I have no idea what's kicked off at the back there. They both pitted as well. I think they got damage. There's side-by-side action at the front. Let's get past Death Chicken, who's dropped down on his one side, like I said. Ed's up to 4th. Now pressurizing Styles into dangerous chicane where you can easily lose it. Neither do, and now Williams will make an easy one.
An end plate from a Haas gone flying.
Oh, and Ed nearly gets spun out, but manages to just back out from turn 8 inside curve. And now he's got his teammate behind, both Williams looking to make it a double podium potentially. Let's find out if they can. Now Ed's probably going to get past Styles on this back straight. Styles is absolutely obliterating his DRS, as is Ed, but neither can get past, as you've retired, I guess.
Yeah, I won't damage that. I can't be asked.
Yeah. Fair enough. You can see the absolute chaos which is happening at the front. Styles defends as much as he can by squeezing out Ed, but Ed still squeezes into 3rd and opens the door for his teammate. Can Clips finish the move off into turn number 3? Yes, he can, and that's Williams back up into 3 and 4. Now the top 2 have a 1.5 second margin, which will degrade really quickly with Ed's fresh softs. Yep, it's already down to 1.1, so Ed will be there in no time to try and get that race win. Yep, Mods has had a shocker of a race down in P9. Lun's also retired. We've had...
I want to have a look at this clip of 9 and Mighty G's spin.
10 retirees. Mods with another 3 seconds, taking him up to a total of 20 seconds of penalty. Absolutely. Oh wait, Chris's 5 seconds is actually rendered in now, or like fixed itself. So Chris does have 5 seconds as well. Which will get removed then. Ed is absolutely flying. I think he's just at the fastest lap. Yes, he has a...
Where is Ed? What position?
599. B3. And he's trying to go for a move on Chris, who does a very late defensive move, and Ed hit the back of Chris, forced him on to the grass on the inside of turn 4.
It's got no pens, he just needs to keep going.
Yeah, but he really tried to force a move that wasn't there and ended up crashing into the McLaren. Luckily, neither ended up off the track. This time, Chris doesn't defend as heavily. Let's Ed get the move done easily into P2, and now he can go chasing after Smokey. Unless Chris decides to dive bomb him, he locks up nearly going into the back of him and allows Clips through on the inside, who's taken an interesting line on the inside curve of the airfield. Move at the back as No Limit gets past is into the hairpin, but Giz will come back at him. I presume No Limit has DRS. Clips gets 3 seconds now, so Ed is the only driver without 10. Oh no, that's Clips second. I still will be on the podium because Lord has got 3 seconds himself. Make it so to go up to 14. If you minus the 5, will be 9. 3 seconds for the Mercedes in 6th. And the team's quite stagnant at the moment as Mods has had a shocker of a World Champions. What the hell's gone on there? Lost his front wing, not lost his tyres though. And he's done no idea what he's doing. It's the final lap. Smokey has managed to hold on somehow from Ed. He's made his way back up the field after a catastrophic pit stop error. Made his way back up, but Ed's gonna have a go. Ed sent it down the inside on the last lap, and he's taken the race win.
I think that's gonna get looked at.
Ed has
that's gonna get looked
the
at.
Canadian Grand Prix, and Smokey's AI showing the driver's disdain rams the Williams. No way has that just happened at the final chicane. I mean, it was fair to an extent. I didn't see Smokey exactly defend it, and Ed won the race. As I was closing it out with Smokey in the lead. Switched right at the end. Clip finishes to make it a Williams 1-3. Styles in 4th, Death Chicken 5th. Lord falling down to 7th behind No Limit, but he might have this 5 seconds removed, probably will have it removed. Giz in 8th and Mods well. Least less said the better. For his home race, no front wing. 20 seconds of penalties. C9. As Death Chicken gets extra 20 seconds of penalties, which will be removed. You might want to remember that to tell the results guy.
Yes. I will, because that'll be on the penalty.
Yeah. Alright, there we go. Bit of a chaotic end.
Ed's saying that Smokey moved under braking. I didn't actually see the move, I'm going to be honest. I'll have to rewatch it back on the stream. I was busy typing in Discord, so...
Anyway, there's your Williams 1-3. Will it stay a 1-3 or become a 2-3? We'll have to wait and see. But either way, solid result for Ed. Controversial end. Pretty decent race and qualifying session all around this weekend in Tier 1. Just wait for the results. There you go. There's your finishes. We only had, what was it, like 9 finishes, and this Crispy disconnected and the rest DNF. To be honest, actually you might get a point because of the 80% rule.
Nah, because I didn't finish the race, so I wouldn't want a point.
Oh yeah. You're a 4.
Then one.
Anyway.
Yeah, honestly, that damage completely killed me.
So there you have it. There is our final order for the Canadian Grand Prix in Tier 1. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
We'll see you for the next round.